What's going on, good people? Listen, I've been busy the last few weeks, and I still got some stuff to do in a few hours, but I figured I would just do this today. I'm just kind of laying low, chilling right now, so I want to answer some questions. So if you got some questions, guitar related or whatever, let me know. Today's the day I want to answer as many questions as I can. Um, so if you're brand new to this channel, do me a huge solid. Subscribe to this channel. Click the bell to be notified, so when I'm on here doing this from time to time, you'll get the notification. So just want to get on here and answer some questions. Also, say where you're from, because you never know. This is a great platform to network with. So if you find other guitar players or other people that happen to be in your same city, you can network. So let's answer some questions. I got a little bit of time, so I want to try to get on here and answer as many questions as possible. What's going on, man? I hope everybody's doing well. I got to get ready to play at a wedding later on, so I'm chilling right now. What's up? Roswell's in the house. Wichita, Kansas is in the house. That's what's up. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody enjoys themselves this Saturday. Hope everybody's living well, in their state of peace, mind, good places, good headspaces. So, I did get my glasses, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think I got these from Warby Parker, whatever, like years ago. Richmond, VA in the house. That's what's up. That is what's up. That is what's up. How's the Silver Sky treating me? Man, it's treating me well, man. It's one of my main go-tos. I'm not playing it today, though, but I will be playing it on this little 3-day tour I got next week. But yeah, it's been going great, man. It's a great guitar. I got it set up like how I want to, so it plays really well. Chesapeake, VA. That's what's up. Man, we got some really cool places here today. So yeah, if you're coming on now, like this is a little bit different from most of my lives. 9 times out of 10, I'm normally playing, but this time, well, actually, the last few I've been like either I took you guys backstage, or I was getting ready to go on a festival. So now I got some downtime because I got to get ready to play at a wedding later on this evening. Well, I got to go do sound check and everything, load in a little bit earlier, but I'm taking some time now to just answer some questions, whatever. So it says, how does your day of show prep go? It just depends. Usually you get up early in the morning, grab something to eat. Usually I'll go over to music, lock in, iron my clothes, make sure my stuff is straight, and then get to the venue. You have sound check, load in. Then you go back to the room, hotel, or wherever the place is, and then you get ready, get dressed, and you go do the show. I just got the PRS Silver Sky SC. It's a great guitar. Man, that's what's up, Andrew. Super dope. Super dope. What color did you get? Yeah, that's super dope. Yeah, that's typical how show day preps go. Each city is different depending on when you get there, when you land. Sometimes you get there and you land, you gotta go straight to the venue and like load in. Sometimes you may have some downtime depending on what time check-in is and everything, you know what I mean? Jersey in the house, Evergreen, that's what's up. Yeah, so it all differs for whatever cities you go to, but that's typically how it goes. Yep. Any questions? Any gear related questions? Any career related questions? Whatever you got, I'm here to answer questions as much as possible prior to me having to get off, because like I said, I do have to get ready to go and get ready for this wedding I've got to play at today. So, woo. Should be fun. I haven't done a wedding in a long time, so. What's good? How important would you say modal interchanges is in music? Not very important. It's not. It's not really important at all. It's not like a huge determining factor. If you know it, cool. That's good to have it in your bag, but it's not important. But it's just move. I'm grateful for you on your live today. That's what's up, man. That Just what's up. I guess we'll go upstairs. Somebody's asking questions for real. It says, how do you use your Helix as in relation to your amp? I have a GoPro. So my Helix works two ways. So I plug it into my amp, but I also have it plugged into the front of house. So like whatever the sound system is, so I can have a stereo effect. My amp is typically what I use as a monitor for myself, but that's how I use it. Keep it locked in that same way. Do this, close the door, look down the hallway. Cool, thanks. No problem. No problem. I also have the Line 6 GoPro. I have a tube amp. Do I turn off the amp cab? No, I have amp cabs on my, I use amp cabs as well. It all works together, so it's just all about just creating the tone. The reason why you don't want to turn it off is it's going to help make sure that you have the same consistent sound. Would you say it is a good to know basic music theory besides the basic? Would you say it is good to know music theory besides the basic? Yeah, it's definitely good because it helps you to understand how to play any genre, because you can use the relationships when it comes to music theory, you know? So yeah, it's definitely good. Would you say hand dexterity, hand hurdles are the biggest issue going into intermediate and advanced? I wouldn't say that's the biggest issue. When it comes to intermediate to advanced, there are a lot of different things you got to know. It's not just about dexterity, it's about knowledge and application. That's where it gets in. That's where you really want to focus in on your musicality, is application. What specific things in music theory do you think is important to know? The number system, learn the number system. I talk about it most of the times when I'm doing my lives or either in some of my lessons, but specifically go become a member of Kerry's camp. Let me show you and understand how to really explain and dissect the number system, because it's really gonna be a beneficial skill set to know when it comes to you playing, you know what I mean? We got Cleveland in here, that's what's up. Who were some of the biggest influence? Are you a fan of Cornell Dupree? Some of my biggest influences are Jubu, Eric Walls, Kevin Wilson. And it's a guy I never really talk about. Keith Cashmere Williams was a huge influence back in Birmingham. Sean Hinton, Mark Lettieri. Those are some of my biggest influences. Tim Stewart for sure. Oh my God, Tim Stewart. Hello from Ohio. Have you ever ran into an EQ pedal on your board? If so, in what way? Have you ever ran an EQ pedal on your board? No, I've never ran one. I've seen a few people use them, but I've never used it myself, so no. Memphis, Tennessee in the house. Played a Super amp. Yeah, I played one at NAMM. I tried one out at NAMM. They seemed to be kind of cool, but it was just hard to really kind of like isolate to really see how well it could do. But I've had a couple friends like really play them, so they seem to sound pretty good from what I've heard. Start that good old blues, yeah. From Canada for gigs, what's the layout of your standard rig? Helix, amp, guitar. Mr. Smooth, honestly believe you are the best in R&B. I appreciate it. I wrote my wedding song and tried 1,000 of your contacts to do version. It's a beautiful song. Please take the job. Jamal, sounds great. Email me, kerrytsmooth@gmail.com, and so I can know more specific what you're talking about. What do you think of her music class? Do you think that'd be worth the cash? Her is a great songwriter, so I'm sure whatever she's putting out is gonna be worth it. You know what I mean? So she's a great writer. She's got Grammys, so like that's the pinnacle of what you want in music. That's like our music Hall of Fame is getting Grammys. So she's got plenty of them. So yeah, I would, if you're into that kind of thing, I would definitely suggest it. I mean, I don't know her personally, or Gabby Wilson. I don't know Gabby Wilson personally, but she seems like she's a cool person. She seems like she's very authentic and genuine from what I've gauged. I've been on her. She did a festival. I met her at her festival, but like I don't know her personally. Should I send you an email, sir? I need you to do this job. Much love from the Caribbean. Sure, shoot me an email. We'll see what you're talking about. Do the Line 6 Helix and the Pod Goes have the same presets? Andrew, I do not know what the Pod Goes have. Do you prefer running the Helix over analog boards? Yes, hands down, because it's consistent. I don't have to worry about buzzing. I don't have to worry about TSA ripping it apart when I fly. So yes, hands down, Helix all day. Have you ever played a Tele? If so, what do you like about them? Yes, I played a Tele. I have a H.E.R Classic T. Teles are cool. I'm not a huge Tele fan, so like I can't say anything that's gonna like make you convince you one way or the other. But I have several guitar buddies that play Teles and they love them to death. So I had one just so I could have it in my repertoire to kind of get that sound. But now I've got a few guitars that can kind of sound like Teles. So I don't necessarily play it all that often. But yeah, here's my H.E.R Classic T. Yep, here's my Telecaster. I'm more of a Strat style guy. That's mainly what I like to play, Strat style guitars. Hi, what do you think about those new Raising Guitar Generation dudes? Like, I don't know those guys, so I don't have an opinion on them. Sorry. Getting in Silver Sky routed with a humbucker today. Sweet. Any regrets on converting your? No, hell, there's no regrets, bro. Listen, I don't know if you've ever seen me play or watched any of my stuff, whatever. And no, that's what I play typically. I'll show you this, right? All of these are Strats. Like, this is the only one in the middle is the one that's not an HSS. Everything is HSS. So like all of my guitars, I'm telling you that I normally play, typically are HSS. So that's what I play. So there's no regrets. That guitar sounds great, plays great, sounds great, feels great. I've used it on records since I've had it. I've used it live. I've used it at church, used it on stage. I've used it in big arenas, even open field arenas. Like, so I've played it everywhere. Do you prefer Strat or solid body? I'm a Strat dude. I'm still a beginner, and I'm just noticing that the Tele has more of a bite and a smoother sound. It just depends on the pickups. I mean, that's just put your personal preference in your ear. So if you like that sound, then I would say go for a Tele. If you don't necessarily like that sound, then I say go with what you like. You know what I mean? Hey, Kerry, open conversation isn't available on. Do you know if it'll come back? Oh, no ordinary conversation. I was like, open conversation. I don't know if it'll come back because it was a segment that was in my career, but I don't know. I may work on some new music. I don't know. People have been asking, so I may have to go back to the drawing board and work on some new stuff. It's like I'm in guitar heaven. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What are your thoughts on the Gibson Murphy Lab Les Paul as one of the, it says as a one and only guitar. I've never played that particular model of Les Paul, but at the end of the day, if you feel comfortable with it and it gives you what you're looking for, that's all that matters. Find what you're looking for and find what gives you the sound that you want, and that's all that matters. A Tele has more of a twangy sound, which is true, but you can get a lot of these guitars now have like a Tele kind of like sound that you can get out of it. Like my PRS that I'm playing today kind of has like a Tele patch in it, so like you don't necessarily have to have a Telecaster in order to get that. You know what I mean? I'm still learning how to play like you. That's what's up, James. That's what's up. And if you stay on here, if you become a camper, you'll definitely get that. You know what I'm saying? You'll definitely get those. I'm giving all the nuggets. I'm giving away all the sauce. So you'll definitely have it. How did you build speed with licks? I used a metronome. I started out super slow. Remember, crawl, walk, and then run. Started out super slow, then I increased to the desired speed that I wanted. And I just keep looping that same lick over and over and over. Do you have any work done on the setup for your acoustic? No, I told them specifically what I wanted. I told Taylor what I wanted, so when it came out of the box, it was good to go. So I didn't have to have any setup on my acoustic. I really enjoy your tutorials. My general tip on getting into playing neo soul guitar. Are there any general tips on getting into playing? Like, so listen to it, like listen to the music, listen to the vibe. And then, you know, see what kind of artists speak to you, what kind of sound speaks to you. And then like, that's the general way of getting into it, like being exposed to it. The more you can be exposed to it, the more you'll want to get into it, you know? Well, let's do this today. Hey, cuz, how you been? I have a question. Do you use power chords much? As impossible to add some herbs and spices and power chords? I use power chords when I'm having to do like overdrive stuff, but I don't think it's necessarily you add seasonings for power chords. It's not really like, because the power chord has one job, and that's the job is to pretty much be that, you know what I mean? So there's nothing else beyond that point. So let the power chord do what it's supposed to do, you know what I mean? Herbs and spices, I did like that. That was cool. It's clever. What up, bro? Where are you gigging this weekend? I just played at a place last night called Theory, but today I'm playing at a wedding. So, of course, weddings are private events, so you can't really come to that one. Let's dig in. Let's see what we get right here. All right, cool. What are you digging in? Do you are more overdrive or distortion? I'm more of an overdrive guy, but I have all types of pedals. You know what I mean? So For me, it just really depends on what I'm looking for. But I'm mainly an overdrive guy. Okay. Do you ever use a thumb pick? I tried. That's not my vibe. I tried to be like Walls. I tried to be like all those other guys who use thumbs. That's not. It does not work for me. So I went back to what I know to be well. Use with John. Sorry, I didn't. Duluth is too far. Yeah, Duluth is crazy far. I had to drive super far yesterday. But yeah. But yeah, no more. I don't have anything in Atlanta this weekend. Next week I'm out. I think I'm in Chicago. I think I'm in VA, and I think I'm in Maryland next weekend. So I'm gone for a little bit. So I don't have anything after that. I mean, next week and the Atlanta area. It says, when you solo, do you mix scales? Let's say I'm in E minor, going from the pentatonic to, and harmonic minor. No, I don't. I play more melodies now, so like I'm not mixing in scales. I'm outside of the scales. I'm not thinking of scales when I play. Would love to see you and John Mayer do something. I met John Mayer. Man, how many years ago was this? Maybe 5-6 years ago. Outside of Hotel Cafe in LA, we took a picture. We talked. We chopped it up for a little bit. But yeah, I would love to work with John. I think that would be cool. I think that could be really dope. Let's see if we can find a track that's we can play with open recent. Let's see if we can find open recent. Maybe we do some Afro beats though. Close. Cancel. All right. I'm gonna find something we can solo over and get some examples. Open recent. Let's find a good one. Let's do something else. Let's do open reset. What's this one? Close. Let's do this. What I do a lot of times when I'm working on soloing, I would just find a 4-bar loop and just keep it going. So I'm working on melodies that I'm hearing. I'll try to typically play melodies that I'm hearing over other songs, just to kind of keep it just so that way it's really just more authentic, so I can play almost like a DJ, you know, in a sense like that. Germany in the house, that's what's up. Ear training is just training yourself to hear the right notes. Um, Primarily, yes, but also not just the right notes, but understanding tones, understanding like if you hear if it's a Strat guitar in the song, knowing that it's a Strat guitar, knowing what kind of guitars there are, also knowing the voicings. So it's more than just the notes, but it's also knowing the right kind of voicings. Have you ever met John Smith? He's a really cool dude. I think I met John one time just randomly. Have you ever tried a Head Rush or Boss 100? I've never tried the Boss. I think I've tried a Head Rush once. What song is Excuse My Ignorance? I love the melody. It's a record I had to do, so I can't really tell you. That's why I had to stop playing whatever. Drop your beard routine. What do I do? I shampoo my beard. I pick it out. I think I do like conditioner and I do like a balm on it. Sometimes I do beard oil. I said I saw one of your videos 7 years ago. And you convinced me that the guitar was the coolest instrument ever. That's what's up. That can't be used, improvised, right? I'm teaching myself a lot about. So you need to like join Kerry's camp, Andrew, like, cause it's hard to try to figure out stuff by yourself without any kind of guidance, man. Just go to kerryscamp.com, bro, and I can help you out. KERRYSKAMP.com. Do you float the trim on your John Mayer guitar? Yes, definitely do. So matter of fact, let's just listen to this, cause I don't remember all the parts that I did. Stuff be crazy. Let's listen to the beginning.
He just texted, he's 4 blocks away. I'm putting on my hands with that black lingerie. What he did the last time I cannot forget. That shit was so different. But he making me turn his bed into a homeland. He got me
That's enough of that. Anyway, so a couple comments. Let me go back and read these. All right, cool. Top 4 guitar players are John Mayer. Your top 4 favorite are John Mayer, Kurt Fletcher, and John Smith. That's a good squad. Hey Kerry, please confirm your email one more time. It's Kerry too smooth like my handle at gmail.com. And change this life. I want to play all your guitars. Oof. Ever since I saw you play with H.E.R, I've been incorporating 9s and 11 chords. Cool. As well as your work with the vibrato. You got any tips on the vibrato? Act like you're shaking an old person's hand when you use it. Do you recommend, what do you recommend for a beginner to buy for the first guitar? Love from France. I would say find you a decent Strat. It could be a Mexican Strat. It doesn't have to be high end. Find you something that sounds comfortable, that feels comfortable, that you do not mind beating up, because you're going to learn. You may drop it a couple different times. Something that you can be willing to work with. Not something that's super cheap that doesn't sound good, that doesn't play well, but it may cost you a little bit, but not like crazy expensive. Hey, when you're soloing, are you thinking of triad scales? I'm not thinking of triad scales or anything. I'm thinking of melody. So let's go back to the song. Like I want you to listen to the melody, right? So let's isolate vocal, right? So let's keep it right here. Here we go. I'm gonna listen to the vocal. I want you to listen to the melody. So I'm hearing that, and I'm thinking as a guitar player, I want to mimic some of those. I want to mimic some of those lines when I'm playing. I'm not thinking of scales anymore. I'm outside. We're past the scale point. Now I want to start listening to melodies, right? Okay, so let's just go back and let's see if we can mimic some of those. Let's do a little overdrive. All right, so let's go back and let's work on that part again, because we want to make sure we have it nailed down, you know what I'm saying? So what we might just do this, we'll mute everything else. Mute, 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 mute. I gotta start another guitar patch. Mute and mute. So this is what we'll do. So this is how I work on like lines and solos, right? This is how I work on getting myself to a place where I can solo effectively, right? So I listen to what they're doing. And what I'll work on is trying to make it more sing-song like, so I'm not just playing. I'll try to work on the delivery so to make sure I'm landing that kind of movement, right? So let's just say we play along with it. So. So, all right, let's do it again. Okay. That's how I start to work on like different kind of solo lines, so a way I'm starting to play in a different space, right? So let's just do like a key reference, and let's do a drums. So let's just back it up a little bit and see what we sound like. So now I've kind of got that idea underneath my hand. So now I'm going to mute the vocals. So now I can just start playing like with the song, right? So you just saw like I was starting to incorporate the, that same kind of, I'm just finding myself like using that particular space in order to work on that one particular line. So when it starts to solo, I'm not thinking scales, I'm thinking melody. So like when you start listening to this song, listen to what the singers are doing. Singers going to give you all types of amazing runs and solo ideas that you can use in order to really enhance what you're playing. You know what I mean? That's just a great way in order to kind of start to expand your soloing, so that way you're not just in that box of playing the minor pentatonic all the time. All right, cool. Have you ever done anything with Kingfish? Kingfish is like a little brother, yeah. So we've had him. I've interviewed him on Kerry's camp. We do something called Kerry's Corner. Yeah, Kingfish is like a little brother to me, man. So yeah, we've done plenty of stuff with Kingfish. He's really cool. So do you try to listen to it, or do you just combine your knowledge of hearing it all the time? So as I just gave you an example, I listen to that line, and I'll just keep working at it until I get it underneath my hands. And then what I'm going to start to do is like, I'm going to start to develop that as I'm soloing, as I'm playing, because I want it to sound as fluid as possible. I want it to sound not like it's really rigid and herky jerky. I want it to sound really fluid, like water, whenever I'm playing. What type of amp do you prefer for a gig? It depends on the gig. Now, if it's a pop gig, I want a Mesa Boogie rectifier or a JCM 800 or 900. If it's R&B, give me a Bad Cat Lynx 50. Give me a Mesa Boogie Long Star, or give me a Fender DeVille. So is playing the melody of a song the most important key to soloing? It's not the most important key, it's just one aspect of it. Like, so typically if you play the melody in the song, people are going to identify the song. They're going to know what you're playing. Instead of you just randomly going for blood, you want to play at least some of the melodies so people can identify, like, okay, cool, they're playing the song. I don't know what they're playing. I've seen plenty of people that just shred and go for blood, and it's just like, it makes no sense. So stay within the melody, you know what I mean? Melody's never going to steer you wrong. So do you take the melody and also add to it? Yes, you take the melody and you add to it. You know what I mean? Like I was just doing. I did, I use it as my bass. That was my bass part of what I was doing, right? So that lick. Then I'm going to add to that. All these other little different ones. So let's just back it up a little bit so when the beat drops. Anywho, all right. Hopefully they kind of gave you guys a little bit of the idea and the concept. All right, cool. Feeling like a trap there. Cool. Can you sell your Helix presets? All of my Helix presets are available to my students. So become a student and you can get them. Go to kerryscamp.com, KERRYSKAMP.com, and I got you. That's really nice. So I've been getting into improvisation and playing pentatonic is more tips. So the pentatonic, think of the pentatonic as a chest of gold, right? You got to pick out which pieces that you want to do in order to make your piece of jewelry. It has a wealth of knowledge in there. It has a wealth of like nuggets in there. But if you're like picking out the wrong pieces or playing the same pieces all the time that everybody else is playing, it's just going to sound really redundant.
So pick out certain pieces. Like I'm picking out certain notes from the scale, but I'm also playing the melody. That's the biggest thing that you want to focus in on. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got a PRS. It's sweet. Hello, Kerry. What are your thoughts on the last? His album was dope, man. His album was dope. I think his album was really dope. All right, cool. We're all getting better. Cool, 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 cool. All right, listen, I love y'all, man. I got to get ready to start prepping for this wedding, man. I got to make sure, you know what I'm saying, my hair is straight, get this beard routine together, you know what I'm saying, iron my clothes, make sure my suit is right, suited and booted, you know what I mean? I love y'all. Listen, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, do so. Click the bell to be notified so that way you can always have that stuff locked in, all right? Cool. Also, if you're thinking about Kerry's Camp, if you heard me mention it a couple times, you're like, what is that? Go to kerryscamp.com. KERRYSKAMP.com. Okay, cool. It says I'm trying to produce some guitar loops for Blixie, but it's hard to get that summer vibe. Listen, you got to just keep working at it. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the styles of music, whatever. A lot of times they're just creating loops that are really kind of cool. Just listen to loops that are already in there and then develop something that's close or similar. Change some of the keys, change some of the chord progressions. That's why it's important to know the number system. All right, love you guys. Take care.